hello. Welcome. Another coffee time. Remember the cup. Remember the cup. The coffee is long drunk, but the cup is here. That's the important part. It's a prop. Well, it's still all going on in Ukraine. And, well, you can see that they reckon that they're fighting hand-to-hand combat between Ukraine paratroopers and Russia's special forces. Kiev reckons that 12,000 of the Russian troops have been killed as the invasion has stalled. It was going to be a walkover, but as you can see, this is what's really going on. Meanwhile, Russia's broken the ceasefire. There was supposed to be a ceasefire to get people out, but they've been bombing. They've been bombing people. There's been some terrible pictures of civilians being killed in these bomb attacks. Mariupol was bombed. I mean, it's just... it's awful. It's awful. Meanwhile, Putin, rooting, tooting, shooting, Putin is threatening to turn off the gas pipeline to Europe. This comes the same time as Shell, the oil giant, has said they're not going to buy any more Russian gas and oil, which is interesting. I think our beloved fluffy-haired leader Boris Johnson is talking about opening up more of the our oil fields in the North Sea, the Russian that through, because it's gone the opposite way. We were not going to be doing that because of greenhouse gases, but we're going to get oil and gas from Russia. None of it makes sense to me. None of it makes. Do you ever get a feeling you're living in some sort of alternate reality? Because for years it's greenhouse gases, but instead of using our own resources, we've been buying overpriced. Maybe it was cheaper. I don't know. Oil and gas from Russia, where we had the whole thing in our backyard. And again, and the resources we do have, we sell abroad, and we don't conserve and sell cheaply to ourselves. And this is why we've got this amazing, astounding energy crisis that's going to hit. I mean, now they reckon it's going to triple our yearly bill. But anyway, yeah, Putin's threatening to turn off the gas pipeline, whereas oil could double in price to $300 a barrel. Now, this is really funny because do you remember at the height of the pandemic, when the pandemic first hit in, when was it, 2020, they couldn't give oil away. Now, I'd have been buying up oil left, right, and centre. I've been saying, come on, give me those barrels of oil. Make hay whilst the sun shines and everything. But no one did. They couldn't give the oil away, and now heading towards possibly $300 a barrel, which is quite crazy. Meanwhile, the Ukrainians have a very unique way of dealing with looters. And this is in Kiev. This fella, allegedly, again, you've got to be careful, was caught looting. And so what they did is they sellotaped him to a lamp. And this isn't the first time this has happened. And yeah, there you go. So don't loot. Not good. It's not a good look, is it? What else have we got? Meanwhile, Coca-Cola and McDonald's are still serving their products in Russia, as many companies have pulled out. Coca-Cola and McDonald's are not boycotting, so yeah, we should all be boycotting those companies until they withdraw. But I don't know. Will that happen? In political news, who likes politics? John Bercow. Who remembers John Bercow? He was the former Speaker of the House of Commons. Do you remember him? Well, he's been undergoing a investigation. The former Tory MP. People forget he's a Tory MP just because he was anti-Brexit. They seem to hold him up as some sort of hero, but he was always a Tory. He was the one who had the wife who used to. It was a bit of a handful, if I remember. But yeah, he was found guilty of the bullying of staff. Apparently his treatment was described as appalling, and included sexual and racial discrimination. And he's ended up being banned from the House of Commons. So here he is in his glory days, being the Speaker, going, "Order, order." The order is behave yourself, John. Don't be naughty. But he couldn't help himself. He's a bad man. He's a bad man. Meanwhile, in where are we? Science news. He wants science news. No. I reckon scientists have figured out cellular rejuvenation. They've got this thing called the Yamanaka transcription. I don't know what it is, but the California-based experts, that's worrying, they're from California, have been injecting molecules into mice. And the animals' kidneys have shown promising signs of rejuvenation. So maybe they can reverse aging. Well, one, I've never heard of the Yamanaka factors. Mind you, I got my Yamanakas caught in a zip once, and it didn't half hurt. But yeah, they can de-age mice. The problem is, I don't know if these researchers have figured it out. We're not mice. We're people. We're people. Meanwhile, scientists have discovered that there is a link between COVID-19 and erectile dysfunction, because COVID-19 in long COVID can infect the penis and testicles in the cells of those organs. And the researchers from Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine in Chicago, Illinois, that was a mouthful, that's what she said, found that male survivors of the virus sometimes suffer from erectile dysfunction and other genital tract issues. And it's believed to be a result of inflammation as the immune response fought the virus. And I've got a picture here. They've got a picture. Now, I don't know about this, but this picture's not. It can't be to scale because this bollock and half big. That's the penis. Look at that. It's completely the wrong scale. I'm sure of it. But they've been doing tests on monkeys because, again, and this monkey, he wasn't too happy. You can tell. Look at that face. Look. What do you mean you've made me impotent? You better watch out. Once the monkeys discover solicitors and lawyers, I tell you, they're going to be suing. They're going to be suing. It's true. Meanwhile, here's another COVID story, because I know you love the COVID. This is from Canada. The Canadians have been doing studies, and they've discovered, like you do, that a herd of 17 white-tailed deer were found to be infected with a new and highly divergent variant of the virus. This was back in November and December 2021, because again, this is a study from Iowa State University. And don't worry, these aren't the deer. This is just a stock image, but that's a deer for you. All right, deer. But they're talking that they found a patient who had close contact with the animals and caught the strain of COVID. Close contact. I don't know about you, but those things have antlers and pointy things. And this person had close contact. How close? How close? So I think that person needs to explain themselves. What were you doing? What were you doing with those deer? Not cool. Not cool, man. Not cool. Meanwhile, school news. This is the story of Martin Tunstall. He's a teacher at Broxbourne Academy in West Lothian. He's an English teacher, and it was World Book Day last week. Of course, if you're watching this in the future, who knows when World Book Day was, But they make the kids dress up. It's good when the kids get to big school. Don't have to do that anymore. Don't have to spend money on costumes or just send Herb in Spider-Man. Spider-Man's in the book, and he just put him as Spider-Man. How many Spider-Men turned up? All the girls go as princesses. Everyone's happy. But anyway, Martin Tunstall is in trouble because the English teacher from Edinburgh decided, like I said, turned up as Spider-Man. But he wore this. I'm going to show you the picture. He wore this. But it leaves little to the imagination. As you can see, everything's on show. Everything is out. And it gets worse. It gets worse. So here he is without the but as you can see, everything is in the kids' faces. The kids got a little bit of biology with their World Book Day. Sir, your plums are on show, sir. And dear Martin, this is what he looks like normally without his meat and two veg pressed against the fabric. That's me doing an impression of his plums being squashed. He's been investigated because I imagine quite a few of the kids have had nightmares. Therapy. He should probably going to need therapy. Meanwhile, music news. Who wants some music news? Yay! Genesis are back. They played the where was it? It was in. So I'm just waiting for all the pop-ups to not pop up. At this is the Mercedes-Benz Arena in Berlin on Monday night. That's last night. And because they had to cut short their tour in the UK last year because of the vid. We have a great picture of Phil. Here he is. He's looking action. It's action packed. Here he is. Oh my God, he looks even worse. Look at that. He's got an even bigger stick now. Just yeah. Here he is, looking happy. I know we all get old, folks, but come on, Phil Collins, you're taking a piss, man. And here he is with his tambourine. There you go. People pay hundreds and hundreds of pounds to see that. It should be called, instead of the Last Domino, it should have been called We Saw You Coming Tour. Because they did if you buy tickets for that. Meanwhile, weather news. I've got all these stories kind of merge into each other. This is for the Australians. All right, good day. Where's the Vegemite? I won't do Down Under by Men at Work. I promise I won't do it. I love that song. But there's been floods in Sydney. Sydney is a place in Australia for those people. For the American viewers, you know they're Australians because they have little corks hanging from their hats. That's how we know. And they're all called Bruce. But yeah, there was big floods apparently. And for these students, when they looked out the window, I'm just trying to get this queued up. They saw a car being washed away. Again, when you think of Australia, you think of either, I don't know, it being sunny or everything being on fire and the animals trying to kill you. Now, floods. So yeah, it looks pretty. It looks pretty serious out there. And this is the Manly Dam spilt. Again, that's Australia. It's got to be called the Manly Dam. It's manly. It broke its banks. So look, that's not good. And there's people just out in the rain. That's not good. So anyway, I'm sure it'll all dry out soon once the weather comes back. Because it's their summer at the moment, isn't it? It's their summer. Or is it their autumn? Oh, I get confused. If it's our winter, it's their summer. So when it's their spring, it's their autumn. That sounds right, yeah. But it's summer. Looks like it's a washout. So we had cars from being washed away to expensive cars being towed away. See, I did that. I don't write any of this. I make this up as I go along. This is Puyan Mokhtari. Of course it is. The 31-year-old was stopped at the Channel Tunnel Terminal in Dover on the 25th of February because he had this fancy car. Let's pull him up because when you see him, you know what kind of person he is. Yeah, he's an utter spanner. Look at him. He has a gold McLaren, which can go up to 208 miles per hour. That's practical. And is it £1 million worth of car? He's believably worth 10 million, and he has 6 million followers on Instagram. But yeah, he's £1 million centre was taken away. Why? But here he is in Paris, showing off. Why? Because he had no insurance. Bought the car, but didn't bother to get any insurance. Remember, folks, you can give me money. Instead of supporting idiots like that, you can support me. I don't drive. So I don't have to worry about car insurance. So there you go. Meanwhile, again, this is motor news. This is, I don't know if you have them in your parts of the world, Just Eat. No? Anyone have Just Eat? No? Okay, it's just us then. And this is on the, where is it? M6. And there, on the M6. Driving along. Come on, let's get to it. Takes your time. But here he comes. Just Eat delivery driver cycling along the M6. That's what you want. That's what you want. He makes sure your pizza's on time. Now I've got to go to the chat room because I haven't got that window open. So yeah, he takes his job very, very seriously, doesn't he? Let's see if there's anyone in the chat room. Let's have a look. There is. Adam forecasts. He says, I feel it's really something for people who are probably struggling in the present financial climate, a dreadful situation. We're all in the same boat. That's the thing. Andrew says, hi, Darren. Drink it up. Exactly. We've got to drink it up. How's my groove been? Are you the real Pegasus? Are you the real? Will the real Pegasus real stand up? Andrew says Phil Collins looks like Davros now. He did. Meanwhile, Game Boy 0000 says I have Corona. Good for him. Because Corona in the UK in the 70s was a fizzy drink brand. Yeah, there you go. And with that, drink it up. I'm out of here. I hope you've enjoyed the news. If you didn't, go for a walk. And we'll do this all again soon. Ta.